Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, and my amazing friend and guest today, Lisa Marree. She is somebody you don't want to miss. So start sharing this out with your friends. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, ACMG Digital, the Alzheimer's Association, Kicking Cancer, and Lincoln Media Group. For more information on ACMG Digital and how to expand your reach globally, go to acmgdigital.com. And for more information on the Alzheimer's Association and how to give to this amazing organization in the fight against Alzheimer's, go to alz.org. And for information on Kicking Cancer and how to support those going through cancer, go to kicking-cancer.com. And finally, for Michael Holt and Lincoln Media Group and how to get your business more visible, go to lincolnmediagroup.com. Hey everybody, welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, adjusting on the fly. So glad to have you all here today, and it is an amazing start to the week. So thankful, so blessed, and going to have my amazing friend Lisa Marree on with me today. And I tell you, it couldn't be better having a nice discussion with Lisa, and looking forward to that. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about Marketing with Russ. Who am I? What's going on? Well, listen. We are all about how amazing people connect here on Marketing with Russ. And what does connection have to do with marketing? Well, just pretty much everything. Connection and community building, I believe, is the foundation for any good life, any good marketing plan, any good business. And so I think that when you get involved with people, things are going to always be better because we're better together. I fully believe that. So thankful that you're all with us today. And that is what makes this so amazing. That is what I love about live streaming. Not just my amazing guests that bring value and so much, but also all of you who are connecting in the comments and are part of this community. And I'm just so thankful for each one of you. So wanted to let you know that, of course, if I'm talking about connection, right? I love to connect. RussHedge.com is a place to connect with me. And I'm telling you, that is definitely an easy way to get to me, because if you know my name, you know how to get in touch with me. RussHedge.com is all it is, simple as can be. And also, if you would be so kind and want to connect with me even more, you can bounce straight to my YouTube page. And how do you do that? Well, you can do it through RussHedge.com, or you can just type in marketingwithruss.live. Subscribe today. We have got a growing channel. So much amazing value. Marketing with Russ, the Russ Reels Live, the Experience Live with Russ and Scott, and the Experience Local, all on there. And you can even meet my amazing pets, my little Beagle and my cat Maisie, who are way more popular than I am, I found on YouTube Shorts. So anyway, love to have you join that today. It's a lot of fun, but it also gives you great value all at your fingertips. Also, if you'd be so kind as to share this out today, share it with a friend. Let people know you can hit that share button and share it with your whole community. Also, tag your friends. Just put the outside down, tag your friends, and you will be good to go. And you can let people know because you know what? We all need a little reminder. I know that I do. I definitely need reminders from time to time. So I just want to remind you to make sure and let people know, hey, Lisa Marree's coming on. You don't want to miss it. So let people know. Thanks for doing that. Also, you get a copy of my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, or any of my wonderful, amazing anthologies. The reason they're wonderful and amazing is because I worked with so many majorly good authors way above my level and knew way more than I did, but were gracious enough to let me be part of it. They're all international bestsellers, number one on Amazon. And so would love to have you look at those. You learn a little bit about more about me, learn a bit about my life, my cancer journey, all of those things. So right there at russhedge.com, or you can just go to Amazon or any online bookseller for that as well. Make it easy. Okay, last thing I want to do today is our marketing tip of the day. And, this is going to be an interesting one. And I just heard an amazing podcast with information on this. So I really want to give you a little tidbit today that I think will make your life better. In fact, I know it will if you actually put it into practice. So are you ready? This gets cut out, by the way, on all social media. You'll find the marketing tip of the day all by itself. Same with out on YouTube Shorts. You'll find the marketing tip of the day as well. So take a look for that. So here we go. This is your marketing tip of the day. Keep on moving. Was that what it was? Yes. Keep on moving. Make sure I said the right thing. You know what? When you have movement, things happen. So in your business, number one, stagnation, isolation, not good. Movement, especially forward and getting active and doing things are always going to help your mind, your brain, your body, and make good things happen. But it's great for your health, by the way. So if you are sitting at your desk all day long and you get up and you do some simple movements, like some little steps or some squats or something super easy, but gives you a little movement. I even had a client that told me they walked around the block every hour to just keep on moving and not get stagnant. It makes your brain fresher. It makes your ideas and your movements fresher, and you do better in your business, in your life, if you keep on moving, especially moving forward, keeping that good perspective every day. So today, keep on moving and keep moving forward. That is your marketing tip of the day. All right. So, some of my marketing tips occasionally you might think are a little unconventional, but I think that when you're looking at your life as a whole, if you take care of yourself and you do positive things, you're going to always do better in all of your life. So, okay, we're going to get Lisa Marree in here because she is really going to bring the good stuff now. I'm thankful. This is, wow, episode 5. She's a regular now. Hey, Lisa.
Hello, how are
Uh,
you?
I am so good. And since everybody can't tell where you're calling from, you are already, you're always in the future for me.
And the future is always amazing because we make things happen.
That's right. I see that smile in the future and I think things got to be good.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, I took notes sitting in the green room again. Love the
You are
marketing
so
tip of the day.
you are so good at that. I'm going to turn it over to you and just give everybody a quick snippet about that don't know you. Who is Lisa Marree? And then you can go right on with your notes. Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, the notes are actually really relevant, Russ, because I help people see that they can become limitless. And, my expertise is we always, most of the time, we are our own avatar. And so, in the world of business, one of my specialties, because I got a few feathers in my cap, I'll toot my own horn there. um, because I'm in my 50s, so I've had a bit of life before this. Is that I what I'm really passionate about is helping health conscious, high achieving professional women who are going through that midlife transition to really thrive beyond ordinary, and to be able to navigate those stormy waters with a strong mind and a strong body, and feel happy, and just really stay on top of their game no matter what storm might be going on the inside. So we can you're the inspiration proof itself, is that age is no barrier. We can just as life throws curveballs at us, if we're moving forward, then that's going to keep us from going backwards. And I'm going to bring Jim Rohn straight into it, because Jim always said, you're always moving. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. So which direction are you going? And then of course his prodigy student Tony Robbins said progress equals happiness, and I really believe that, because we as a human spiritual being, we are designed to move. We are designed to achieve. We're designed to make impact as well. So if we're not living up to our true potential and our true values, then that's when things get pretty stagnant and stinky.
Yeah, it's interesting you brought that up because, man, I tell you, I know so many people in the holistic health field and helping professionals and people that are suffering burnout and all kinds of things from work. A lot of it because they're not really moving. They're stagnant and stuck in this workaholic state that is not good mentally or physically for them. And I was just listening to an amazing podcast today about, just movement. And people don't realize how important that is, because not only movement in your body helps you health wise, but it helps your mind and your brain. And that. And the way that things come together, and it's amazing. So being a diabetic and understanding how my blood sugar moves, high blood sugar is not good for you, right? Well, low blood sugar is not good for you either. But I mean, when you get a little high, you want to bring down your blood sugar. You don't want to live with that type of thing. And exercise helps to do that. Exercise makes you healthier. It brings your blood sugar into a more good range if you do it properly. And it doesn't take a lot. People don't realize how much a short little walk is good for them. I took one just this afternoon or this morning with my beautiful wife and my daughter, and I got it just was refreshing, and it immediately affects my blood sugar in a positive way and just makes me feel better. But then when you feel better, your brain works better, and you are the expert in that field.
Yes. So when you feel better, you do better. It goes hand in hand. And those little movement snacks, it's so important to do some kind of movement, especially if you're in a sedentary job, that once an hour, as is a great benefit for both your mind and your body, because from the insulin perspective, movement helps increase our insulin sensitivity, because the biggest problem with the modern world is that most people are walking around pre-diabetic because they're very insulin resistant because of their lifestyle habits. Stress has a lot to do with it as well. But from the brain's perspective, our brain can only get the input from our external and internal environment. And so if we are not getting positive input externally, and our internal environment is not very healthy either, then of course we're not going to have great cognitive ability and creativity and all of those things. So I could talk underwater with a mouthful of cement on this very topic.
I know you could. And I want to stick on that a little bit, because you are so much more productive and effective when your body feels good. Yes. I am. So even through the cancer journey that I'm going through, morning is a really good time for me normally. Now, not every day, but normally it's a really good time. And so it's because I'm fresh, refreshed, I've had good rest. I go out and I walk and I have time alone where I do my devotions and journaling and all of that. So I have time to that I'm just praying and meditating and relaxing my brain and then, getting some physical exercise. And all of these things start my day off so good. And so then I have this energy burst and that's why these live streams in the morning here are always really good because it's my good time of day. But anyway, what I have found is that I get later in the day and I've maybe been sitting a little too much, maybe been working more and not paying attention. My body's running down, my brain starts to shut off. And it did that before I was going through what I'm going through now. But now with the other health challenges, it really shuts off. I mean, pretty quickly. And I have to rest, go to sleep, take a nap, do whatever I need to do. But I need to rejuvenate myself. And that walk that I have every morning, and sometimes when my beautiful wife gets home in the afternoon, we walk too. And so it gives me times in the day to get a little bit more physical stuff. So you brought to point that Jim Rohn, and I don't know if I knew this or not, was a mentor for Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is into all of that stuff. I mean, like major, along with cold plunging and all these crazy things that I can't do. I'm sorry, I can't once or twice in my life I've cold plunged, but on a regular basis I can't do that. But the things that are helping him and whatever it takes, I think that's great. What do you think about people that wow, they're just I mean, he's really motivating, but I'm thinking he's crazy too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. people who want to change the world and continue to change the world want to live for a very, very long time. Right. And be able to keep up that level of sustainability. And I'll just digress for a moment and come back to time. That what you were saying is that your optimum time is in the morning, and because we have circadian rhythms, this is a little bit of nerdy science stuff for you, then we do have only so many energy bubbles in the day where we're in our peak and then we go into our trough. And so what is helpful is if people map out when their alert times are, because they're your most productive times in the day as well. And I think people will be able to not beat themselves up if they're feeling really flat, because that physiologically is actually their little trough, and that's okay. So if you know specifically in your day where your peaks are, then schedule your important stuff around that. And also from the perspective of Tony, I've got an amazing book that I first read on Audible, and then I bought the book because I was just so blown away with it, that he's coming together with a number of doctors who are sort of bucking the status quo and focusing on regenerative medicine. And a lot of that is pharmaceutical free, which isn't favored in the medical world because of the amount of money that gets made on keeping people sick with pharmaceuticals. But we won't get on that high horse.
Yeah, that's so true.
I'm
but it is true.
Professional, so I'm speaking from what I witnessed in the medical world, and so which is why I'm so blessed to have the combination of Western medicine and Eastern medicine, because all of my practices are holistic. And when we understand that his book is called Life Force, when we understand the life force that we have within us, because we are spiritual beings in a human form, and we emit an electromagnetic field which has so much of a vibration associated with it. It's either positive or negative, by the way. It's who you are, and therefore you can expand your life force through a number of holistic practices, and you do it already, Russ. You have your little morning ritual, which is very similar to mine, by the way. And you do your journaling, your prayer, your meditation, your walk. All of those things are literally, I'm getting excited because I'm just starting to talk a lot, is is like a fire hose into your life force,
Right.
expanding your energetic field. And then people who really nurture that, people who understand that this is a form of self-love. And when you look after yourself first, fill up your cup first, then you can just do magical things in your day, to your community, to your family, and so forth and so forth.
Well, and I want to add to what you said earlier because I had a really good, I had a friend in England who spoke into my life about this whole thing about your prime times of the day. When are you at your best? Well, clearly, I am at my, and you've known me long enough, and I speak about it all the time. Clearly, I'm at my best in the morning. My whole life, I've been that way, right? I'm just at my best in the morning, and so I pack in as much as I can to be productive in the morning. In fact, I joke I can live two of most people's days in one morning.
Yeah.
Now, maybe not right at this point, but that's in my good health state. I can definitely do that. But one thing that this friend spoke into my life was this. He asked me about control of my time. And he said, "So you have like a open calendar?" And I said, "Yes." And he goes, "Tell me the times that you have the people can sign up and do things." And he's telling me, and you and I might have talked about this before. He said, I told him when, and I had a whole bunch of times in the morning that people could sign up for chat. And I'm thinking, hey, I'm at my best. I want to talk to people. And he's like, why are you letting them take, he called it gold, silver, and bronze. Why are you letting them take your gold time? And
Yeah.
so, what do you mean? He goes, how do you know that it's really productive and good time? I said, well, I think all connections are good. He goes, that's true. But he said, is it really gold time that you're willing just to give away to people that you don't know? And I said, that is a really good point. He said, because what you're doing and meeting with people and connecting is great, but you need your gold time to take advantage of doing all the things you want to accomplish that are really, really the most important things. And always meeting with new people is not always the most important thing because you don't know how it's going to turn out. And so I love meeting people. Okay. So I just love it. But I shifted my time to the afternoon. And I also minimized my time. I found that people still sign up, they still connect with me, but I shrunk the amount of time and I put it in the afternoon, except for one little morning time on Thursday mornings because people that are in over in Europe or different places, that time works good for them. But it actually was an amazing shift in me because then I could do things that were really better and I needed the productivity with. So it's
Yeah.
really important that gold silver time to utilize your time properly. I love that point.
Yes. And see, we're not going to miss out. It's all just a story we're telling ourselves that, because I'm at my optimum in the morning, it really should be when I'm speaking to people. But we dictate what we lay out our own path. And so if we truly believe that, well, I'm just going to get just as many people in the afternoon, get into those time slots so I can utilize my gold time, then that's going to happen. If you think they're not going to, then that's going to happen as well.
Right. Well, and here's one thing I also learned. We write a narrative that we tell ourselves that is a bunch of hogwash sometimes. And I always was of this mentality that I had to do certain things, right? And I had to get this stuff done. Maybe it was should haves that people gave me, people shooting all over me, or maybe it was other stuff. But whatever it was, my brain was telling myself I had to do these things. And I've told you this before. One time, my beautiful wife asked me if we could do something at a certain time. And I said, oh, I would love to, but I've got a couple of these things I have to get done. And she goes, do you have to? She goes, actually, you're choosing to. And I said, and it wasn't so much her point wasn't, yes, she wanted to spend time with me. And of course, I wanted to spend time with her. but it was also it was a mental shift for me. She was just opening my eyes to the fact that I was telling myself that I had to do things that, by the way, when I changed, because as soon as she told me that, I decided, well, okay, yes, I'm available. And I just changed them, right? Guess what happened? Oh, yeah. People told me, oh, yeah, that's fine. We could do that another day. No, no problem. Yeah. I mean, there were no issues. I virtually never run into issues when I have trouble or I have a conflict or whatever. And I nicely work with people and say, hey, I got to make a change, or this is going on, or whatever. People are just like, oh, yeah, no problem. And so we find that what we're telling ourselves we have to do, we don't really have to do. We're just choosing to do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you're full of so many gold nuggets. I didn't mean to catch up, but I was going to tell you, I have to give you the floor here for the last 5 minutes to say, tell everybody you've already dropped so many gold nuggets. I don't know where to start, but what is your main thing you want people to remember from our talk today? This is an ongoing series, everybody. So Lisa will be back. So anyway, and if you can tell us that and then remind everybody how they get in touch with you, that'd be great.
Yes. And it's just following on from what we were just saying for the last handful of minutes, is that we create our own future. So, and people who aren't quite aware of that right now think, well, this is happening to me, that person's stopping me, blah, 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 blah. However, all we need to do is exactly what you said, change the narrative over it and start speaking to what you want. Then the energy shift, that energy field I was talking about, there's a lot of magic in that, the fairy dust in that energy field. Woo! Where our energy goes, so do we. And it's creating our future. So, but it all starts up here. That's another story. Where you can find me, I love being so simple, like Russ. That is not an insult. That's a compliment, because Richard Branson says that a genius knows how to keep things simple.
Yep.
Famous quote I've always loved of his. And he's living proof of that. 300 companies plus, lisamarree.com. But Marree is MARREE.com. That's where you'll find me, plus LinkedIn.
There you go. Well, that is so amazing. And I think I've learned the wisdom of keeping things simple. And by the way, you're not stupid if you keep things simple. You are very wise, because I think that people get overwhelmed easily. People tend to react when you make it easy for them and simple much better than when you make it super complicated. People that are doing some amazing things are doing a little bit too much, moving a little bit too fast, and really kind of mixing the waters more than they need to. So I just think that keeping it simple is good. So that's me anyway. I'm a simple-minded guy, and I'm Russ, everybody. Marketing with Russ is here at every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, for your viewing and listening pleasure. That's right. This actually not only converts to video podcast after we're done, sits on the platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube forever, but it also converts to audio podcasts. You can listen on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, whatever your favorite platform is. And you'll find a few with Lisa and I that will continue to be ongoing. And Lisa, I'm just going to wrap up with you on the screen today, because you know what? You are like a permanent fixture of this show now, because of the wisdom and the joy that you exude. And I appreciate your friendship. You're a blessing to me. And we'll do this again next month, everybody. So tune in. And until then, Lisa, any last words of wisdom?
Merry Christmas, everybody, because next month we'll be talking in 2025, right?
That's it. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. It's amazing. All right. Yeah. Bye, everybody. See ya.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.